Welcome back to the
Uh,
planet. Let's try it
no, add that in, add that in.
Okay. Welcome back to the Platinum Screenings. I'm PlatinumYoshi and this is Rena. Uh,
From the man who brought you, I guess I pulled up his fucking filmography for this shit.
the thing.
From the, no, I don't want to fucking talk about that one. From the man that brought you some fucking movie called Dark Star
Dark Star.
and Assault on Precinct 13
Uh-huh.
presents to you now 1978's Halloween.
Yep, today we're gonna be talking about Halloween today, the original.
My favorite movie. My favorite horror movie.
Yeah, it's really good. What do you want to start with, Rena?
I'd like to start off with that John Carpenter really let a lot of people just butcher the franchise.
Yeah, it's had like a long history of just sequels, like reboots, just timelines in general. It's been a mess. It's a whole mess.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's focus on the first movie for now, and then we can talk about a bit of the
Yeah.
sequels. Well, at least you can because you've watched all of them, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I've only watched the original, the Rob Zombie movies, and the new trilogy from David Gordon Green.
Which is the worst one, along with the Rob Zombie movies.
I watched the worst ones.
You watched the worst ones, dog. I don't know why you would do that to yourself.
I don't know either. But yeah, yeah, I really like it. I'm not big of a horror guy myself because I'm a bitch, but also yeah, the movie is
Yeah.
really great.
Yeah, it's one of the better horror movies out there.
Yeah.
Despite, I guess, many people thinking it's not. And by many people, I feel stupid people, actually. Because they don't know what peak is, actually.
Lol, honestly. But
I
yeah,
mean,
go ahead.
oh, it did really good on Rotten Tomatoes, anyways, at 96%.
Oh yeah, yeah. It definitely had it definitely had a big impact on like the horror genre, especially
Yeah.
slasher. You know,
Yeah, the slasher genre was pretty cool because of Halloween.
Yeah, definitely like defined a lot of tropes. I think reading up on Wikipedia, it's just like one of them is like the last girl trope or something. It's something like that.
Yeah, the last girl trope is something that I feel like you can't handle very lightly. Like, you have to handle that with care.
Yeah.
Because you can easily ruin that sort of thing.
Mhm.
Like, I think Scream's supposed to be like a parody of the last girl trope.
Yeah, yeah, or like a parody of slasher films from what I've heard. I
Yeah.
haven't seen it myself, but yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like over the years, with like the new releases and whatnot of the Scream movie, I feel like they took that more as a serious approach, and I feel like that's what ruined the Scream franchise as a whole.
That's what I kind of
Is that
noticed as well, or at least what
yeah, is
I've
that
seen. Go ahead.
they it started off as basically a parody of slasher films, and then it slowly started to make its way as a serious franchise. And it's just like, wasn't the whole point that it's not supposed to be taken seriously?
It started as a slash J, but went on to become a slash source for no reason.
Slashers.
Slash source. Yeah. What do you want to start with in terms of the movie?
I think I'll start off with, I guess, the story.
Yeah, the story.
Yeah, I feel like the story is very well written in that one.
Yeah, it's simple, and especially with like its short runtime of only an hour and a half.
Yeah.
But it does so really well.
They didn't try to rush anything in there. I feel like
Yeah.
everything was very well paced.
Yeah, there's still like a lot of development within that short runtime.
Yeah. And even then with like even if there's like, I guess, not that many conversations within the movie.
Yeah.
I feel like with like it being silent in some moments, I feel like that's still builds up well to the story.
Yeah, especially with like the moments of like Michael stalking around Lori. No,
Yeah, played by Jamie Lee Curtis, who's the best actress of all time. Don't quote me on that one. She is the best actress of all time.
Okay, but yeah, those moments in the movie they're really good, really tense, and that does give you
Yeah.
that feeling of just being like looked around by somebody. Pretty much just it's
Yeah.
really creepy. They did a really good job with that.
Yeah, I feel like it does do its really good purpose of being a Halloween film.
Yeah, that too.
I feel like even then, with like I guess so many other slasher films coming out, I feel like this one, with its story being developed so well enough,
Hmm.
I feel like it did set a stone as to I guess how horror movies, specifically slasher movies, should kind of be. But then again, you still also have to spread your own kind of creativity with that sort of thing.
Yeah,
Because we can't keep the same thing over and over again, because then it just, I guess, becomes
redundant.
redundant, yeah. But
Yeah.
with Halloween Story, I think it's like, yeah, it's set a stone with like having the final girl and whatnot, the last girl to survive.
Yeah, like it definitely felt like a blueprint for
Yeah,
other slasher films because you have like characters that can be kind of relatable, but even if you can't relate to them, you can just empathize with them, especially if they get killed off. You just feel really bad because it's like, oh crap, I cared for them and whatnot, and
yeah,
as well as like having like this villain that's like mysterious but also just like evil as well,
yeah,
obviously, just stalking around the main character and killing their friends one by one, just taking away what they really love.
yeah.
Again, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, okay. But yeah, again, it's a really interesting blueprint of what the slasher genre really is.
Yeah.
It's a good starting film too when it comes to like horror films in general.
I feel like yeah, I guess it is one of the good starter ones, but at the same time, there's also many good other ones that I could recommend.
Hmm.
Like, I think Friday the 13th really did a good job with that one as well.
That's alright. I didn't like Friday the 13th that much, but
Because
I
you're
do see its
stupid, that's
impact.
why.
Oh my god,
Because you're stupid, bro.
damn.
Fucking idiot.
What the fuck? But yeah, I just didn't like Friday the 13th that much.
Yeah, because you're stupid.
Yeah, well you're a bitch.
No, because you're stupid.
Okay, fine. I'm stupid. Anyways, back to the
Yeah.
goddamn movie.
To the review, you idiot. We're not watching the movie.
Shut the
Jeez, you
fuck
fucking
up.
idiot. But yeah, anyways, since this motherfucker also decided to do a bad take anyways. Um yeah, a lot of what you said I can agree with.
Hmm.
Especially since I guess with the other sequels kind of ruining that impact.
Oh
Because I
yeah.
mean, I can see what Halloween 2 was doing, and then after that,
Hmm.
it was just kind of weird.
I've heard.
Because
Yeah.
I feel like the impact with Halloween isn't that it's supposed to be all supernatural and shit, right?
Hmm.
Because I feel like it would have been better if it was just it's just simply just this crazed man out here killing teenagers and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it's just the fact that the sequels in the future just kind of ruin it.
Hmm.
Like there's Halloween 2 and the Thorn timeline, which kind of I don't want to talk about that one, even though it's one of the slightly better timelines out there.
That's kind of sad that hearing that is just like, oh yeah, the cult shit and the weird stuff that happens is one of the better timelines.
Yeah, and then there's the H2O timeline, which again, I think that's one of my favorite ones out of all of them.
Hmm.
Because even then, it's just that there's some creativity in there.
Yeah.
And they don't really add that much. You know what? No, they do add supernatural shit in there. It's just one of the more tolerable ones, actually. And I get what they were trying to do with, like, Season of the Witch, which is the third movie,
Oh yeah, the anthology one.
the anthology one. I get it, right? But at the same time, if you already kind of set a stone to where the Halloween franchise was going to be led to anyways, right?
Yeah.
I feel like the third one was just kind of pointless. And
Oh.
I feel like it could have just been called Season of the Witch instead of Halloween Season of the Witch.
I felt like they were like more confident of it being like an anthology thing.
Yeah.
It would have had like
Yeah,
more
but I
interesting
mean the thing is
stories.
that
Uh-huh.
the thing is that then they had two released after three. No, before three. They had two released. So it kind of already just set the stone for the Halloween franchise. So if I feel like if it was an anthology by the first sequel, then I would have gotten that.
Fair,
But
I
they kind
suppose.
but they kind of just did that right after it. I think it was already set in stone with the second one.
Yeah, I guess it did fail with like expectations with that from
Yeah.
at least from what I know, because again I haven't seen the other sequels besides the ones I mentioned.
Yeah, that's what I feel like sad about is that I feel like they should have released three first if they wanted to make an anthology,
Uh-huh.
because I would have gotten that at least. But at the
Yeah.
same time, they didn't, and they already just set their stone right after they released Halloween 2.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, you can't create the anthology once you already create what you just made, what's most popular to you.
Lamau.
And I feel like John Carpenter has his own chance of making the anthology. I mean, the Halloween story as a whole is really interesting. I feel like Season of the Witch as its own standalone film really is a good movie.
Uh-huh.
I just think he kind of just ruined that chance by adding it into the Halloween franchise.
Right.
Either way he let many people ruin the franchise anyways.
But yeah, going back to the first movie, yeah, just
Yeah, it's just like if it was its own standalone film, it's a really good movie.
yeah.
It's a really yeah, but with the sequels it's just kind of ruined. Like the
Yeah.
only one that actually does a good job is Halloween 2018, and I hate saying that because it's made by David Gordon Green.
It is like a good follow-up though, because it does explore like
Yeah,
a lot
it's a
of like
good
good
follow-up.
themes.
I feel like it kind of just went it kind of just experienced the same thing that Halloween 1978 like encountered.
Yeah.
It's just that they're both good movies
Mm-hmm.
as standalones, but their sequels are terrible.
But yeah, let's mention those later.
Yeah.
But back to the first movie. Let's talk about the characters.
Oh man, I love Jamie Lee Curtis. I mean Laurie Strode.
Yeah, you got like the three like main girls. I forgot the other two names, but like
They're
Lori,
Annie.
Annie,
They're
and
Lori, Annie, and Linda.
okay, yeah, those three. Yeah, I like those three
Yeah.
as characters.
Yeah. Yeah, those three as the characters in Halloween are really good.
Yeah.
Um for some reason Rob Zombie ruined them in his own movie.
Oh yeah, you got like his own adaptation. You got like Rob Zombie, Halloween.
Yeah, his own adaptations, like his two horrible yet funny movies, even though the
Yeah,
second one is funnier.
yeah, for sure. But yeah,
Yeah, for some reason, like I like how he said that, oh, they're supposed to be relatable in this one. Yet I feel like in the 1978 version, Lori, Annie, and Lindsay are more relatable in that.
yeah, cause like it's like again they're pretty simple characters, but at the same time they're like relatable enough to make you care for them, really.
Yeah.
And it's like with Rob Zombie, it tries too hard to appear to be modernized. That's why I don't like them at all.
hmm
Cause it's just I don't know, just
It's just that I feel like since both movies are still set in a certain time, I think it's both 1978.
I think so. Or
Yeah, they're both set in 19. Yeah, wait, no. On a cold night, no. Yeah, it is both. They're both set in 1978.
uh-huh.
So, what? I don't know when Rob Zombies actually takes place.
I feel like it takes place in the year it's out, 2007. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to check.
Halloween 2000. I think it is 2007.
Yeah, plot.
What year is it, actually?
I don't think the years even mentioned.
I don't think so, no. No, hold on. Halloween, Illinois. It doesn't even mention it.
But it is 2007 take place. Uh,
Here does Halloween.
okay, so he killed his sister in 1990,
1990.
and
So then 15 years later? 2 decades? No, 2 decades.
that was 15 years later.
Is it 15 years later or 2 decades? Because it's nearly 2 decades. So 2005 is when it for the next 15 years. Why is that so weird?
I don't know, but yeah, I
Wait,
get. Go ahead.
so wait, he killed his sister
In
in
1980,
1990.
yeah, and then 15, and then he's he got in that goddamn mental
No,
facility for 15 years.
2005?
Yeah, 2005.
That's so weird.
And then you have like Halloween 2, which takes place 2 years later. Well, it depends on the cut, but let's go with the director's cut. 2 years later, 2007. It's wacky.
What? That makes no sense. Like, I get it. You want to take it place in the early 2000s, but what?
I don't know, but yeah,
I don't,
back
but yeah,
to like, go ahead.
I, I guess with like that one, with Halloween 1978, it makes its characters relatable.
Yeah, and also like the dialogue as well.
The
Again,
dialogue feels real.
that too.
It feels as if, oh, these words that are coming out of these teenagers from 1978 actually feel real.
And even then, despite being from 1978, the dialogue is definitely like more timeless than it was in
Yeah.
2007.
Yeah, and it also fits with the time
Yeah.
that it's set in, right? But with 2007 Halloween, it feels so out of place because Rob Zombie is trying so hard to add in the fuck word so many times.
Yeah, literally like a how do you do fellow kids type of fucking dialogue, dude.
Yeah, it's like, who let the musician make a movie?
Yeah. But yeah, back
Yeah,
to
I mean, it's still. I mean, we're still talking about Halloween either way. It's gonna matter if we're gonna go back to the other movies, anyways. But
I was gonna say back
yeah,
to the
with Halloween
characters.
yeah, back to the characters, anyways. Yeah, they're still better. I mean, even the minor characters like Tommy and Lindsay,
Yeah.
being the children characters, even they were better built in like 1978 rather than 2007.
Yeah.
It's like I like Tommy and Lindsay because they're just children in that.
Yeah.
For some reason, they just kind of want to surround Tommy and Lindsay from 2007 with so many fuck words.
With fuck words and just a sassy attitude, I guess. Which I guess would
Yeah.
fit to a certain demographic. But again, you want to like make characters in your slasher films like more relatable, likable, and empathetic,
and relatable.
and relatable.
Like more relatable and empathetic.
Yeah, I said those words. But yeah, you want to make those characters.
That's what
You're just okay.
yeah, you were saying them, but like I was just like, fixing them.
Thanks, I guess. But yeah, you want to make those characters like that, and Rob Zombie just didn't do that.
Yeah, it's like he didn't do that. It's just like I feel like because 1978, obviously, it's not going to be that, I guess, that much. Like, I guess, gruesome as 2007 tried to make it be. Because even then, like, I'm going to bring up another character that's also really good in 1978 that doesn't work in 1978 in 2007, which is Loomis.
Oh, Loomis.
I don't know how you can screw Loomis up.
Yeah, Loomis is like, I think, is it Doctor or...
Dr. Samuel Loomis.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a
You can
doctor.
just call him Loomis.
Oh, Loomis. Yeah, I like Loomis. He's like he doesn't show up that much, but he's also like really interesting in a way. He's like trying to like.
And he's not that much of an asshole.
I was just gonna say that it's like trying to hunt that Michael, but yeah, he's also like not an asshole in like 1978. There's
like for some reason in 2007, they tried to make him seem as like the most sympathetic guy ever.
Uh-huh.
Like in the beginning. But then later on he just turns out to be an asshole.
I mean, there was like a tiny bit of build up in 2007 with like him making this lecture about like how Michael is evil and whatnot, despite like trying to be sympathetic with Michael. But then again, that's like one scene, and it doesn't like show up again in the movie. But then again, in like Halloween 2, there's like zero build up with like between Loomis that happened in the first movie and then Loomis in that movie. So yeah.
Okay, but the thing is that like it's always shown that in 2007 Loomis was always going to be the asshole because the reason why he is sympathetic to Michael is so that he could write a book about it. He had already written the first book in the first movie.
Wait, so the book he made the book that was released in the second one, that was like a sequel?
He made 2.
Oh.
Yeah, he made 2.
Oh shit then.
He wrote the first one and spoke about it in the lecture.
Ah.
He was basically using Michael as a source of financial success.
Oh yeah, I knew.
Of course, he's gonna be sympathetic to a kid, obviously.
Oh yeah, I knew that. Well, I knew the book writing thing. I was just saying that like it's only like shown in a scene, and that's it. Like just one scene that's part of a sort of build up.
Yeah, but the thing is that like he's always been the asshole. Of course, it's like of course he's gonna like be nice to Michael, obviously, but that's because Michael is like his source of financial like success. You know, I feel like with this one, it's just like yeah, we don't really see with 1978. We don't see the much of a connection between like Loomis and Michael, right?
Uh huh.
But we know that Michael was his patient,
Yeah, you
right?
could tell there was definitely like a history between him and
Yeah.
Michael.
But in this one, it's just like they're trying to make us sympathize with Loomis, but at the same time, he's still an asshole.
I actually do want to like bring up another thing I like about
Yeah.
1978.
Yeah.
Just not much has been revealed about Michael, making him like very
Yeah.
mysterious and all. Even with like the
Yeah. With
first
like, yeah.
iconic
With like,
scene. Go ahead.
yeah. I feel like with Michael, it's just like he was just a kid who killed his sister. That's really it.
Yeah,
I think the reason why 2007 kind of didn't work out is that they tried to give us too much information, like too much backstory.
yeah.
The
It
reason
fills up
why,
like the first 20
yeah,
minutes of the
yeah, the
film.
reason why I think 1978 Halloween did set a staple for other slasher films in the future is that they don't give us that much history on the serial killer. They don't give us anything other than this is what they did back then. This is what happened. You don't need to know the rest about their family.
Yeah, you just get to see like the build up and then his first
Yeah,
kill. Just pretty much just what turned him into a monster. Just this one
yeah,
simple and well executed scene. It works well in just establishing the fact that yeah, he's a killer. He's a killer. He's a
yeah,
monster. There we go.
yeah. But 2007 really tried to ram it into you that Michael was sympathetic to begin with.
Or just also a monster because he like kills animals and whatnot. Just kind of just punch you in the face with that exposition shit.
Yeah, they're just like he's a monster. But guys, you have to know that he had a bad life and I'm just like,
it's
what are you trying to do with this
like
actually?
it's like oh he came from an abusive family, but he's also a killer. He's also a killer. Just
But guys, he also came from an abusive family. It's like they're trying to either make us hate him or like him.
yeah, it
I
feels
feel
very
like the reason
unclear.
Yeah, I feel like the reason why Michael in 1978 is such a great like slasher icon is because you're not supposed to sympathize with him because we don't know what we have to sympathize about him with. We don't know. It's like
Yeah,
that's fine. And like I feel like that's what makes I'm gonna hate saying this. I feel like Michael Myers in the David Gordon Green franchise was actually kind of the best one. It's like, listen,
uh huh.
they don't add anything to his backstory. They just leave him as Michael.
Yeah. That actually, yeah, that is a good point because like at least from what I saw, just they kept like the mystery from 1978 to like the other to like the David Gordon Green trilogy.
Yeah. It's like in the other franchises, like the other timelines, they tried to add in where he's like, oh, Lori is his sister.
It came from a cult.
He came from a cult. He did something to his niece in one of the later films, which is only in the Thorn timeline. Which I'm not going to explain what he did.
I'm not gonna say it.
I'm not going to say it either. But it's a director's cut in the sixth movie, Halloween 6.
Wasn't it theatrical? No, producers. Yeah, producers.
It's actually producers directors.
I thought it was producers theatrical.
It was never released in theaters. They just kind of had it. They just had it as a cut. They just never had it in theaters.
I just heard it referred to as the theatrical cut.
If it was a theatrical cut, then I'm not sure who the fuck even watched that movie. Jesus Christ. But yeah. Anyways, I feel like 1978 to David Gordon Green's timeline, which is H40, as
Yeah,
people I guess called it. I feel like the H40 timeline is the best, Michael, because again, 1978 doesn't give you that much of a backstory, and I feel like, yeah, we're still going on about Michael as the character. That one's the best Michael because
yeah,
there is still a mystery, but you're not going to be able to figure out what it is at all. You just know him as the kid who killed his sister. That's really it.
It,
That's the best one. Like, no needed lore for it.
it does like also like fall in line with like I think John Carpenter's idea with like Michael
Yeah.
Myers that he's like a force of evil and
Yeah,
whatnot.
it's just, yeah, he's not supposed to be sympathized with. He's a
Yeah,
force of evil that's going to kill no matter what.
yeah,
Like, yeah, he doesn't kill children, but it's still shown that he kills like teenagers and whatnot.
yeah,
Yeah, it's like, it's just that I feel like John Carpenter's idea of Michael as a character is the best one, but I feel like in every single other one, in every single other timeline, they try to make Michael as a character be more sympathetic when that's not really what John Carpenter wanted.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's like yeah, the mystery is what makes Michael a good character. We don't need to know that, hey, Laurie has a connection with him. They're both siblings.
Yeah,
We don't need to know like that much lore. We don't need to know more about his mother. It's like we don't need to be sympathetic about his mother or his father. Like his father doesn't even make that much of an impact of a role anyways either.
yeah,
Like neither does his mother. But for some reason Halloween 2007 and I guess the Thorn timeline tries to make you have a connection with Michael to be sympathetic towards him, when in fact he's just the force of evil who killed his sister. That's literally it. Michael works as a character as a force of evil, not something that you're like supposed to be feeling bad about, you know?
yeah. It's like why would I feel bad for someone who just kills people? It doesn't
Yeah,
make
it's just
sense.
like he's just be like, but he was a kid who when he did it. I don't care, he still did it.
Yeah, like
He's
oh
like, he
no, he
doesn't.
came from an abusive family. Wow, that doesn't justify him killing though.
Yeah, it's like the thing is that like a thing that's still a thing. Even though you experience trauma, that doesn't mean it's an excuse.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And the fact is that, like, even with, like, Halloween 1978 to the H40 timeline, there's not that much of a supernatural kind of thing. There might have been, there's, like, a tiny bit, but that's really it.
Yeah,
The reason why Michael still continues to live within the H40 timeline is because Laurie still keeps on getting away.
yeah.
That's really it. So I don't know why, like, the other ones kind of butchered it so badly.
Yeah, it just seems like they got an idea of what Halloween's about, but they don't know why
Yeah.
it worked.
Yeah, and I guess still going with the characters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lori being the last girl, I feel like is one of the genius ones. I feel like she's one of the best girls, honestly. Because it's like I feel like the many times where they tried to kill her off
Uh-huh.
felt so off. Because
Yeah.
obviously they wanted to make a new girl to last. Like after Lori in the Thorn timeline, it was Jamie, but I think even then they still tried to kill Jamie,
Oh yeah, they did, yeah.
which was really stupid.
And then like
Then-
if I remember in the H2O timeline, they killed her in Resurrection?
Yeah, they killed her in Resurrection, which was like, then what's the point of Michael living by that point?
Yeah, though from what I heard on Resurrection, it sounds silly. It makes me kind of want to watch it. Just the fact that it goes into this stupid fucking found
Yeah.
footage type shit with
Yeah.
Michael, and found footage just does not work with something like Halloween.
Yeah, I feel like with the Halloween franchise, and like, if Halloween 1978 was found footage, I would have just kind of like been off about it. I was like, ew.
It's like why? It's like it's supposed to like it makes sense why it's filmed that way in the third person because it just like like look out where he's behind you. You're being stalked. It gives you that tense feeling. But like at the found footage stuff, it's just weird.
It's like, I'm not playing Slenderman Night. I'm not playing Slenderman and the 8 pages. Hell no.
Yeah.
It's like, he's not Slenderman. He's Michael Myers.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, it feels so weird. Because it's just that I don't think slasher movies work to be a found footage.
Yeah, found footage mostly works with like supernatural shit. That's why most of the found footage stuff is supernatural shit.
Yeah, like Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, like Blair Witch Project, and a funnier example, Paranormal Activity.
Yeah, paranormal. Even though like the later movies are just kind of weird.
I heard they are. I've seen like a video ranking all the movies, and yeah, I heard it gets super weird.
Yeah, it gets super weird, and you also have to watch them in a certain order.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned that like in another episode.
Yeah, you have to watch the Paranormal Activity movies in a certain order, but that we'll watch the Paranormal Activities movies another day. Right now, it's about Halloween.
Yeah, and
But yeah,
Halloween
I feel
is
like yeah, again, Laurie as the last girl really does work. I don't know why you would butcher that and kill her off in other movies.
yeah.
I'm so glad again. As much as I hate David Gordon Green's movies, Laurie did last in those, which I'm so glad because I don't think I would have survived without Jamie Lee Curtis in other movies.
Actually it is funny that like there are just elements where the the H40 timeline does work a lot for you, but you still consider
Yeah,
it the worst timeline. I do want to hear you elaborate on that a little more.
because the reason why it's like the elements work.
Uh-huh.
Halloween 2018 was the best one out of the three,
Yep.
but for some reason, it's that the usage of Laurie
Mm-hmm.
in those suck really bad. Like Halloween Kills like leaves her defenseless, right?
Yeah, she was like bedridden for
In
like
the yes, for like a good majority of the movie, like almost the entirety of the movie.
yeah.
But they give us like those funny scenes where like they bring back Tommy, they bring back Lindsay, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're glad to have them.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that is that David Gordon Green does not like having good characters that aren't Allison and Laurie.
Yep.
He does
Even then
not like
Allison gets
having
ruined
good
in
characters.
ends.
Yeah, Allison is one of the most annoying characters in Ends.
Yeah, for sure.
And here's why I praise the elements but not the movies as a whole.
Okay.
The elements are fine if you separate them from what the plot is. Because in Kills, it's one of the most stupid ones where, like, how does Jamie Lee's, like, Laurie, right?
Mm-hmm.
How does Jamie Lee Curtis's Laurie like, in Ends, how does she defeat Michael? But a mob of people in Kills cannot.
I guess because the fact that he's make a week or something, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, what?
It's really funny. It's really funny.
Yeah, it's funny because, like, in Kills, here's, like, the most important characters that die. Tommy, for some reason, dies.
Yep.
Like, how are you gonna kill... Like, he's one of the survivors of Michael's attack in 1978.
Actually, like, yeah,
But
pretty much. Go ahead.
It's like he's one of the survivors in 1978, but you still kill him off?
Yeah, again, pretty much almost every legacy character was killing off in Kills, and I have this like funny theory that just like the way it ends the story is the way it is because it's like Danny McBride and David Gordon Green realized like, oh, we killed off so many important characters from the rest of the from the
Yeah.
legacy characters. Let's create new ones, I guess. It's so
Yeah,
fucking
it's like,
odd.
yeah, it's like they create the most important characters in 1978. Tommy and Lindsay, Laurie, Loomis, all of them. Obviously, they're not going to bring back Annie and Linda. They're dead.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that, like, they killed off Tommy in Kills. And I felt so devastated. And I feel like that's what made the plot so weak, right? Is
Yeah.
that they killed off legacy characters solely because they wanted to kill them off.
Yeah, it's just very, very cheap shock value, and it does really show its effects and ends because they have to like create new characters to like justify them killing the more important characters. Especially the
Well,
fact
the
that
thing is,
also that Corey fucking sucks in Halloween Ends.
yeah, that's the thing is that, like, I can praise the elements, but I'm not going to praise the plot because the plot itself sucks.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
see.
yeah, that's why I hate that. That's why I still think it's the worst one. Because David Gordon Green, you can see he knows nothing about what he's doing. Yeah, he's utilizing the elements well, but the plots as a whole suck.
That's another thing. As
Is
there's a go ahead.
It's like his execution of the movies are horrible. Because I feel like Ends would have been better had they not brought up Corey,
Yeah,
had they still kept Tommy alive. Because what was it about Lindsay? Did Lindsay survive?
Did she
I think
survive?
I think so. I think Lindsay was an ends.
I think so, yeah.
Let's see. Halloween ends. Wow, I can't believe I'm searching that shit up. Oh, I'm killing myself. I'm gonna erase my entire. Yeah, Lindsay is still alive in that one.
Okay.
So yeah, as I was saying, I guess. Yeah, Lindsay obviously, yes, still alive, right?
Uh-huh.
I I feel like it would have been best if they had also kept Tommy alive. And like, yeah, this is the battle that Lori has to handle on her own. But ends advertised itself as, oh, we're going to be seeing a lot of Lori versus Michael.
Yeah.
But the footage that you're shown in the trailer doesn't happen until the very end
Yeah,
of the movie.
like the
Like
last
the
20
last
minutes.
15, 20 minutes of the movie. And that's really it.
And the scene itself lasts for like 7
5 minutes.
minutes.
Like 5, 7 minutes at most. But that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
Because it's like a majority of it is just literally Lori versus Corey.
yeah, pretty much. And if someone wants to argue that it's subverting your expectations, fuck off. That's literally false advertising.
Yeah, because literally it was the whole entire thing was advertised as, oh, this is the final battle between Lori and Michael. Which, if you watch the entire franchise from starting obviously at Halloween 1978, and now you're watching this entire thing that's going to end it all. Why are you saying that like, oh, it's supposed to avert your expectations? But the thing is that this is something fans have been anticipating about the entire time.
Yeah, they
Why are
want.
you going to only use it for the 5, 7 minutes and then just have us think is like, oh, this is the greatest thing ever?
Yeah, like most fans expected, like, oh, we get to see Lori, face off against Michael, the build
Yeah,
up towards that. But then what they got was this stupid fucking character that gets
yeah,
turned into a serial killer with like a very bloated and fucking unclear message about like the
yeah,
town and how Michael affects them, just making everyone in the town just a fucking asshole. And then they also have like this stupid fucking relationship with Corey and Allison. It's like straight out of a fucking rom-com. It's fucking stupid.
yeah. And like that's why I think they should have not touched much of the Halloween franchise. I feel like Halloween 1978 could have just been its own thing. I would have loved if the entire thing was literally just an anthology. Had
Yeah.
they not released the second movie and then release Halloween 3, thinking that we're not going to be having a close connection with Michael Myers.
Yeah, or at the very least, maybe do like, I don't know, Halloween, then Season of the Witch, then maybe Halloween 2? I don't know,
or
just
just or just Halloween Season of the Witch and then create other ones after that.
that too, yeah.
Because at that point, it's no longer what you want, not an anthology.
Yeah. Like, even then, like, you killed him off in Halloween 2, at least from what I've heard. Just, having disappear in 1978, I guess that's made for a clear resolution. But at the same time, the kind of mystery ending with Halloween 1978 would have worked well if it just ended right there. I feel like
Yeah,
feel that'd be a great ending because it's just like, oh, it's like this town that's still gonna be haunted by that mysterious killer forever, pretty much. It sounds like a
yeah,
cool idea, honestly.
yeah. But I feel like John Carpenter let a lot of people butcher the franchise, and I can see why he's not the master of horror. I mean,
Yeah, like he himself
first
doesn't say that he's a master of horror. He just wants to play video games.
he wants to play FNAF, guys.
uh,
You think he's a big FNAF fan?
he's a bit. He just goes in an interview and just saying, "I am a big fan of the Five Nights at Freddy's
I
franchise."
love Five Nights at Freddy's. My favorite character is Freddy. I love Freddy from FNAF.
No, Halloween 1978 on its own is a great movie, really.
Yeah, if you want to watch one of the better timelines, I would recommend H2O, but then again, I don't recommend any of the other timelines at all. I'm just saying that like the most tolerable one for me is H2O. I still think they're all pretty bad,
I guess so,
but
yeah.
yeah, the most tolerable one for me is H2O.
Actually, why don't we talk about the soundtrack for a bit? Because you obviously have that
Well,
iconic theme.
the soundtrack is really amazing.
Yeah, like
I really like it. The iconic theme is really something that's not very overly utilized in the movie. Like it happens sometimes, but it's only when I guess it's at its most intense parts.
yeah, when it's most important.
Yeah, it's when it's most important. Unlike Halloween 2007, who Rob Zombie decided to use
Use it
the
a
fuck out of it.
Yeah, he uses that the soundtrack a lot, but then in like
Yeah,
Halloween 2,
yeah,
it doesn't use that until like the end, I think.
yeah. And I feel like with 2007 is I feel like in the recording booth they were just like, okay, sir, okay, Mr. Rob Zombie, what do you want to use?
The Halloween theme, a lot, a
We,
lot of
we
it.
already, okay, sir, we already used
Put it
enough
there,
of it.
put it there in the movie, put it. No,
We already used enough of it,
I
sir.
don't care. This is my Halloween.
Sir, nobody's gonna like it.
I don't care. It's my Halloween, my movie, my. It's Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Sir, we've been here for 3 days using the same fucking song every day, man. Come on.
I don't care. And make sure the next one still has my wife in it. Fuck you.
What do you mean? Your wife doesn't even like being in it.
I don't fucking care. Get back to fucking work, you fucking piece of fucking shit. Fuck, fuckity, fuck.
Don't you think we're using too many fuck words in this?
Fuck!
I haven't seen my wife in 3 days.
Fuck!
Yeah, that's how I feel like the interaction was with him. Jesus.
But yeah, again, with the music in 1978,
it works so well. They didn't even have to use the theme that much.
yeah, it works. Again, it does take advantage of its simplicity, since it's just like a few notes, gradually increasing. But it really works well with like the creating this like scary atmosphere, and obviously it's an iconic theme.
That's the thing I can praise John Carpenter about in the other films, is that he still works as the composer for the other films.
Yeah.
Is that I feel like John Carpenter as a composer himself, he's really good at it.
Oh yeah, he is.
Because Halloween 1978's theme is one of the most iconic themes that I can basically remember at the top of my head. And its utilization of it in that film doesn't feel too over excessive. It fits just right when there's like those tense moments or those silent moments, obviously.
Yeah, and I again, giving credit to the David Gordon Green trilogy again. The score that he did for those movies is pretty damn good, especially like remixing the Halloween theme in like various different ways with like its title cards.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's just that, yeah, Halloween is a very notable franchise. Yes, the 1978 theme basically is what made the franchise solidify as a good one.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like with what they could have done is that they could have had their own originality with their other themes.
That is
Instead
true.
of just kind of just using it over and over and over and over again. I feel like I'm gonna bring up another David Gordon Green movie. Obviously, we already talked about it.
The Exorcist
The
Believer.
Exorcist Believer, which is, funnily enough, you can now own or rent it, guys.
It's out on digital already!
Yeah, it didn't even last that long, guys.
Yep. Fucking.
The use of the Exorcist theme is so... How do I say it?
Overbearing.
Stupid. It's stupid.
Yeah, it's
and honestly,
stupid.
they made us like think of like, oh, this is a Exorcist movie, guys.
Yeah, I think
that's really it.
I think that's what I really hate about the Believer soundtrack, especially with its use of its main theme, Tubular Bells, because like I think it applies to both the Exorcist and the Halloween stuff, because it's just like with what's used in the original, it's like very methodical, has its purpose. It sets off like a creepy sort of vibe, sort of tone with like it's a simple melody, and it works really well.
But in this one, they're trying to make you think, guys, this is the Exorcist movie. This is the Exorcist, and that's really it.
Yeah, that's what I hate. It's nothing more but than a "Do you remember this theme?" Especially since there's like,
Do you remember this?
"Do you remember this theme?" There's like
I feel like
there's four fucking remixes of it in the soundtrack, and it pisses me off because it's just like you're not even trying to use it in a way that's like methodical, like in the original. You're just using it for nostalgia.
yeah,
Like what you always do. In every single one of these horror legacy things you do, David Gordon Green.
yeah. And again, it's like 1978's Halloween, right? Theme is so good, but the 2007 film really tries to make you think, guys, this is the 2000 this is 1978 music. It's this one,
Yeah, it's like
and that's really it.
do you remember this? Do you remember this?
Do you remember this? And I was just kind of sitting there, it's like, I'd rather if I wanted to watch Halloween, I'd watch 1978 with the amount of times you're using this theme.
Yeah.
Because it's like every time I watch a Halloween movie, it's like, man, I wish I was watching 1978 though.
Yeah, just like it's like none of these sequels can really top what 78 did, like in the slightest, really.
Yeah, I feel like even funny enough, the lighting and like the settings in all of 1978 also fits so well with the story and the characters
Yeah.
and like what the plot is trying to do. The plot isn't all messed up like the other films are.
Mm-hmm.
Because the thing is that like they don't try to shove in so much information.
Yeah. Again, it's like really simple and takes advantage of that by just making a good story around it.
Yeah, it's simple, but at the same time it still works really well.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, we've already talked about the plot, which is a really good one.
Yep.
Characters, they're also really good despite how minor they are. Some of them
Music.
are at least. Music is also really good. They don't even use their own theme that much unless it's necessary.
Yeah.
Overall, 1978, yeah, obviously so many people are going to agree, is the best one out of all the films that were created.
Yeah. It does suck that it went on such a very bumpy fucking round with just the amount
Yeah.
of like roadblocks that they had.
And it's still going to go through it.
Oh
It's
yeah!
still going to go through it.
Oh, my mind still mentioned that. There's gonna be a fucking Halloween cinematic universe.
The HCU boys.
The HCU, because Miramax won that fucking auctioning rights against A24. So now HCU's gonna fucking happen. I wonder what the fuck we're gonna make a cinematic universe from just Halloween. But
We're gonna
fucking
have-
sure.
We're going to have Captain Michael, Michael Man, Moore. We'll have Mulk.
Michael
We'll
Myers across the Michaelverse.
Halloween into the Michaelverse.
Yeah, just have all the Michael Myers, even like the shitty CGI mask from one of the other Halloween sequels. Just have him there too.
Michael Myers Infinity War.
Michael Myers Infinity War. Michael Myers Endgame.
Michael Myers and the Winter Soldier.
Michael Myers Civil War.
Michael Myers into the multiverse of Halloweenness.
Halloweenness.
Oh god, man, I wish we were still back in 1970. God.
Anyways,
Any
I
closing
do.
thoughts?
I want to touch up on a bit of just Rob Zombie's Halloween too, because I want to spotlight on how funny that fucking movie is.
Oh, dude, it's one of the worst, but it's the funniest one. Because Rob Zombie decided not to make a horror movie, but a comedy.
Yeah, it's an accidental comedy in pretty much every single way. Like, many people can argue how much of a masterpiece is to me all they want, but I won't care because it's just like it's too funny to me, and how much it tries so hard to just I guess explore themes of like trauma and PTSD, but it's executed in such really silly and goofy ways, like with Laurie constantly swearing and all that stuff, and then you have oh my god. Oh my god, the dream sequences. The fucking dream sequences with his wife. Rob Zombie can't help but put his wife in his fucking movies, no matter what. Like, she died in Halloween 2007 because fucking Michael's mom offed herself, but then she came back as like a ghost spirit with like this white horse bullshit symbol.
Oh, Michael.
Ooh, Michael, bring
I
glory
have
to
a white
me.
horse.
It's something. I have a white horse. I know you like white horses, Michael. Ooh. Bullshit like that.
Ooh.
And like at some point, like Michael and Lori share like the same visions, and it's just like I don't think that's how that sort of mental thing works, Rob Zombie. But what do I know? All I'm saying is that like when the end credits rolled when we watched the movie at some point, I could not stop laughing.
Dude, because it was like the funniest shit ever, man. I was
Yeah,
like, I can't believe this is actually a movie.
I can't believe this was real. This was released. This was
I can't
shown
believe this
to
was
people.
greenlit.
This is greenlit, yeah. I can't believe it was edited that way, wrote that way, shot that way. Everything about it is just crazy. It's so terrible, but it's so funny.
Yeah. So yeah, closing thoughts. Halloween 1978 is the best one out of the entire franchise. Not surprising, by the way.
No contest,
And as
really.
it should be.
Yeah. Yeah, Halloween
Uh,
1978, you could tell with like how everything is shot and everything. It definitely set the blueprint for the slasher genre. It's really
yeah.
great. Story it's a simple has a simple story, but it's really effective on just running
Characters
around.
are wonderful. Even if they're minor, they're still well used.
Yeah.
Soundtrack is amazing.
Yep. And
But
the
that's
idea of
really it.
Michael being the force of evil, that does make sense, especially since it's
Rather
carried
than
out to
him
age
being
14. Yeah.
age
Also,
40 Michael's the best one.
you know how Halloween 2, like, it's revealed that, like, it's Michael's sister?
Yes.
I heard that, like, John Carpenter wrote that script while he was drunk.
Oh, thank fucking God we got drunk John Carpenter shit now.
John Carpenter. Let me check, actually. Drunk.
Oh my God, John.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, it is true. John Carpenter was drunk
Oh,
when he came up with Halloween 2 sibling twins.
oh my God.
So it was true.
So I can blame him for what Halloween 2007 is. Okay.
Yep, there we go. He said, well, okay, here's how it was. I made Halloween, and then Halloween was sold to NBC to show it, but it was too short, and it needed to be a certain length, so I had to go back and shoot some more footage to make it longer, and I was absolutely stuck, and I don't know what to do. I mean, the movie is the movie, I don't want to touch it. Everyone else, Oh, there it is. So I had to come up with something. I think it was perhaps a late night fueled by alcoholic beverages. Was that idea. A terrible, stupid idea, but that's what we did.
I can blame him now. I can blame him.
Yep, you can actually blame him for that sibling plot twist. He was
Point
drunk.
your, point your stupid little fingers at him because he was at fault.
Boo him, shun him, whatever. I don't know.
Ooh, John Carpenter. I hate him anyways. He ruined his own franchise by letting others ruin it for him.
Lamau. Oh yeah, Halloween 1978. Great movie. Don't know about the sequels though. Not good.
Yeah.
I've only seen Rob
Mm.
Zombie. Those are ass. David Gordon Green. 2018 was good.
Those are the
The
worst
rest are
things ever.
ass.
Except 2018, that one's the best one.
Yep. And yeah, that's about it for the episode.
Man, can you guys tell which one are we gonna review next just by that, huh?
Pirates of Freddy's. Yeah, we're gonna review the FNAF. It's gonna be November when it's released, but fuck it, we're reviewing FNAF movie
And
after
we're
this.
not and we're not gonna go in theaters to actually go fucking watch that one. Cause for some reason, as of time of recording this, it's now on Peacock.
Yeah, it's out. It's out now apparently on digital, so it's just like okay, we can just watch the movie there.
And I'm going to announce this once and for all.
Yep.
The critic score is terrible, which I love.
So
It's as of now, how much is it? 27 now?
27%, yeah.
It's 27% film critic score, which is nice. I love that. So if the audience score is better than that,
Oh, it's at 25%
because
now.
oh, thank fucking god. So if the audience score is better than that because FNAF fans are desperate and don't know what else to do, if it ends up being 60 or higher, I will watch the H40 timeline. And I'll tell y'all when, because then you guys can watch me suffer at the same time.
So,
I'm gonna stream it on Discord at some point. Don't know where, don't know when.
so you're
But
gonna
I'm
create a
gonna do it.
loophole in your challenge? Oh, whatever. Are you just like finding a way to watch the H40 timeline again with this shit?
Yeah. Yeah.
Of
I mean, the
course.
thing is that, like, if I already told you if it does I already told you if it did 60 or higher, I'll watch it. But
Oh yeah.
if it does 50 or lower, I won't do it.
Okay, that makes sense.
I already told you this, remember?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you stupid idiot.
What the fuck?
So yeah, if it does 60 or higher, I'll watch the H40 timelines, which will be the worst thing to ever happen to me. I don't even wish that on my worst enemy. No, I'm joking. No, I'm joking. I would wish that on my worst enemy. Actually, I tell them watch Halloween Ends and they'll fucking cry.
Watch Halloween Ends, it'd be funny, and then actually, what if they enjoyed it though?
Oh, then they're as just as bad as Michael, if not worse.
What?
Because I don't think even Michael would enjoy his own films.
Oh my god.
I don't think Michael would enjoy his own films.
Also, by the way, as a closing note, and I completely forgot to mention this till now, Michael Myers is in Fortnite now.
Fortnite Michael,
Like
Fortnite Michael.
Michael, you can do the gritty.
Insert some emotes here of him doing some shit. I fucking love that shit. Please add them into the video.
The fucking the gritty Loomis meme is real now. Finally.
Michael, stop hitting the green.
No! No!
Oh my god. Yeah.
Uh,
Next review is gonna be FNAF.
yeah.
Right now, as of recording, I'm enjoying the fact that so many FNAF fans are just so desperate.
Yeah, Rena's a day one hater with the FNAF movies.
Dude, listen, I kinda always knew that with the runtime
The
and
production
then
company.
production company, Blumhouse, by the way.
Yep.
I have a long history with Blumhouse that I'll explain one day if we decide to do a little not review of a movie and just talk about Blumhouse as a whole. Because I really want to do that as a video one day. Is just talk about Blumhouse as a whole.
Again.
No, yeah, we can. That actually sound like a good podcast. That actually sound like a good podcast episode.
Yeah.
That actually sound really nice. We should do that, actually. Just talk about Blumhouse as a whole.
Yeah, Blumhouse. But yeah, apparently you knew with the runtime, the production company.
And the fact that it's releasing also on Peacock. Man, I wonder what
Yeah.
other film did that.
Halloween Ends.
Ooh.
Yeah, Halloween. You love Halloween Ends, Rena.
Damn. Just as much as you love me exposing your address in front of everyone.
No!
I read it out, right?
Nah, man, don't do that.
Yeah, anyways, I don't like Halloween Ends. 1978 for the win, but yeah, FNAF is the next review. God damn, I hate that movie already.
Yeah, I don't have much expectations for it. It's already been lowered with the PG-13 rating, but yeah, we'll see in the next episode. This episode's gone on long enough, so we'll just say our closing, our bye-byes. Bye-bye!